Here are 5 signs of spiritual immaturity. One way to gauge your own spiritual maturity is to look at what spiritual immaturity looks like. But number 1 is that you're easily offended. The scriptures tell us to allow love to cover a multitude of offenses. But a spiritually immature person is always going to be easily offended, always thinking that people are attacking their character and they're insulting them, when really they're not saying anything bad and they mean well. The second sign of spiritual immaturity is that you refuse to receive correction. All spiritually mature Christians love rebuking correction. The scriptures say this in Proverbs chapter 9 verses 8 through 9. Do not rebuke a scoffer, he will hate you. Rebuke a wise person and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise person and he will become wiser still. Teach a righteous person and he will increase his insight. As a children of God, we should expect to be disciplined. For anybody that's unwilling to receive discipline and correction, oftentimes is a sign of pride, but it's also a sign of spiritual immaturity. A third sign is not producing fruit. If you're not producing fruit, that means that you're not living a life for God and you're not abiding in Christ so that Christ may abide in you. And if you're not doing these things, there's no possible way for you to be spiritually mature. Because the spiritually mature, we actually do recognize them by the fruit that they produce. But if you're not producing fruit as a Christian, you're definitely not spiritually mature. Number 4 is inconsistency in pursuing God. Consistency is a character trait of the mature. You'll never see a spiritually mature Christian have some seasons where they're pursuing God and some seasons where they're not. That is something that only immature believers do until that bad habit gets rooted out of their system. And number 5 is carnality. Carnality generally referring to having a carnal mindset, but also living a life in accordance with the flesh, which then sets one's mind on the things of the flesh. The spiritually mature are going to be walking within the mind of Christ, setting their minds on the things that are above and not things of this earth. The spiritually mature are going to be living holy and righteous lives, seeking to grow in sanctification and greater spiritual maturity. Carnality gets removed from them and they begin to live their lives spiritually for Christ. If you're still consistently and constantly walking in carnality and thinking from a carnal mindset, that is a sign of spiritual immaturity. So I hope this helped and brought you some clarity, maybe it opened some eyes, and that the Spirit of God speaks to those who he needs to speak to. If you want more content like this, just go ahead and drop a sub or a follow. And if you want to hear more teachings from me that outside of short form content, I would recommend you join my Bible classes every single Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Google Meets.